I thought really hard-fought game on both ends. Arizona's pitcher, Hannah Bowen, did a great job. I thought she really mixed locations well, did a good job keeping us off balance. We hit a lot of balls hard, within the game plan, but I think, just couldn't quite get enough to fall that we needed to. Really exciting for us just to see that atmosphere and the crowd that showed up in Starkville for us today at 11 a.m. on a Friday morning. So we're super thankful for, the Bulldog fans and everyone's out here. We're hoping for another great crowd tomorrow. I look at the little things and, what we track and what's important to us and how we work to win a game. If I looked at what we follow in our process at the end of the day, I think, we can lay our heads down and know that we competed in every phase that we were trying to do. We scored first. We won the freebie war. We gave up 3 or less. 0 errors was debatable, but not mention that one. We had a web gem by Maddie over here, and then a couple 15 pitch or less innings from Annie. So a lot of the little things that we work hard to do and that we focus on instead of the score on the scoreboard, I thought we did well today. Just didn't end up in our favor, and that's going to be the focus again coming back tomorrow, coming right back, looking to win the little parts of the process points that we focus on, and hopefully it turns out in our favor on the scoreboard at the end of the day.
All right, we'll take questions for the student athletes, starting off with Robbie.
Robbie Falk with 247 Sports. This is for Mia. Mia, what do you remember from that obstruction play?
I just remember trying to go get the ball. She bunted right in front, so I was just trying to get to the ball, and I happened to beat her out of the box, and it just didn't go our way.
And also on that home run, just how big did you feel like that was at the moment to kind of finally break through and get that big hit?
I think it just gave us a little momentum to know that we can play with them and just keep pushing, and that's what we did. We just didn't fall our way.
Go ahead.
Marvin Parker with the Delta News out in Greenville. Mia, so back to that home run, you were robbed one to start off, and I looked at your body language around the plate. People in the stands felt dejected because they wanted to go up 1-0 early, but you were pretty pumped up. You knew you'd see something similar again, and then you went yard to the same space. So keeping that energy throughout, or what was that for you, knowing you'd see it again?
I felt pretty confident going at bat. We've been working on this plan all week, really staying with the team and focus on each other. I knew that if I just stayed with the plan and trusted it, I was going to think about hitting the ball hard, and that's what happened.
All right, Nick.
Nick Suss with the Clarion Ledger. Mia, Arizona was kind of talking about the way Annie was hitting her spots today. What did you see from her that kind of made her so successful early on?
Like you said, she hit her spots. She was pumping it in there. She was really spinning the ball well, and she had a little bit of everything that was working for her, and she did great.
Theo
Durosa, the Commercial Dispatch. Maddie, you had that big defensive play later on in that game. How important was that, and what did it feel like to make such a big play in that tight game?
I think everything's about momentum, and something when you have that opportunity to make a play and have your pitchers back, it takes the momentum back for your team, and we're just trying to have Annie's back.
Joel.
Mia, I couldn't help but notice when you came in, you had a little bit of a smile on your face.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably a lot of confidence with this team after what you guys encountered last weekend, and I know your back's against the wall a little bit here, but just can you speak to what the team, I guess, mentality is right now, knowing that you've kind of been in this spot before?
How we played, none of us on the team should hang our heads. We fought till the very end, and we did what we needed to do. We just need to, like Ricky said earlier, just make sure balls fall and work on the little things. And I have all the confidence in this team that we can go out and compete tomorrow and do what we got to do and just focus on ourselves.
Danny B.
Now, Madison, could you respond to that same question?
Can you repeat it for me, please?
Just your backs have been against the wall before, and just talk about, being in the same position and battling back tomorrow.
Yeah, we definitely are not going to go away. This team does not go away. And I just think every single one of us wants to go compete as hard as we can and leave this field with no regrets. And that is the plan from every single one of us, that we're going to leave it all out here, and they're going to get our best game tomorrow, and we're just going to play for each other.
All right, Theo.
Mia, you had that amazing senior weekend. Today, record crowd. What was it like finding out you'd get another chance to play at News Park?
It was a dream come true. And also knowing how we had so many people behind us today, that energy in the stands and outfield was just something that a little girl dreams of, everybody cheering for you. And that kind of pumped us up today and gave us a lot of momentum. Is we had no dull moment with our crowd. It was just one of those things that you just love to see. It was amazing.
Did you realize as soon as you won on Sunday that you would beat us?
No, not really. You know, we were just kind of. I don't.
Maybe you didn't
I
hear.
can't hear. You know, I have short of hearing sometimes. So Rick has probably told us I just couldn't hear. It was all, that's my bad. But you know, I was just kind of like focus on our team. Whoever we had to play, whether it was Missouri or Arizona or whoever, just know that as long as we trust each other and do what we got to do, we can compete with anybody on that field.
Cam Dyer, WCBI. Y'all were 3 outs away from getting a win. How do you kind of bounce back tomorrow? And did it feel at all that this one kind of slipped away from you guys?
Oh, it's for me? Oh, sorry. You're good. I think that, you know, like the game goes either way. I mean, we played hard. We just got to keep stay within each other and just trust that we know what to do, and we just got to keep competing one pitch at a time, and then it's going to come.
Madison, do you want to answer that too?
Sure. Softball is a game that it's about momentum, and that inning, yes, we were 3 outs away, but at the same time, we're still competing, and whatever happens, happens. But I am proud of how this team fought, and I know that every single person fought until the very end in that game, and it just didn't go our way. But tomorrow, I'm excited to see what this team will do.
One more question for Cam.
And like we said, y'all won 4 elimination games just last weekend. What did y'all learn from last weekend that you can take into tomorrow and then Sunday, possibly?
Madison, you want to answer that one?
Yes. It's all about fighting. We want to play for each other and play for our seniors and have their backs because we really enjoy playing with them, and we don't want it to be their last games. We just want to keep going and keep playing with each other because this season it's been an interesting one, but the past couple of weeks have definitely been a lot of fun. So,
Me, you have anything to add?
I think it's like you said, we just got to make sure we play for each other, and we know that we compete with the best, and we just got to do that and do what we got to do, you know?
Any more questions in the room? Any questions on Zoom? All right. You ladies are dismissed, Coach.
All right, thank y'all.
thank you.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach.
No questions. I'm good.
All right, Nick. Should have bailed when you
I
had a
should have
chance.
went. I had a chance.
Should have left. Robbie asked earlier about the obstruction call. Just kind of what explanation did you get after they called, and did you kind of understand what happened, or what was your explanation?
Yeah, as soon as they put that first replay back on the board, it was pretty obvious that Mia had made contact with the batter runner. And by rule, since Mia did not make a play on the ball, it is obstruction. So if she had bumped into her on her way to pick up the bunt and threw her out at first, it's not a fielder obstruction, but the way the rule is written, it is obstruction, fielder obstruction because she did not make a play on the ball. So it's unfortunate. There's nothing in the rule book about the fact that she stood in the box for it felt like 3 seconds. But, and once they go to the video review center, I don't have an argument or out of the game. But I think by rule book, that is correct. I've honestly, in all my years of coaching, and playing, never seen that happen. But that's one of the reasons that Mia is such a great fielding catcher is because she anticipates, she knows when a bunt's happening, and she's really halfway out of the box when somebody puts a bunt down, and she can make some plays on the defensive end for us.
Robbie?
Coach, I mean, obviously you'd rather be 1-0 right now, but just how comfortable do you feel like this particular team is with their backs against the wall? I mean, they came out and got 4 huge wins in the same situation last week. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think, for us, all year long, it's really been about learning from each weekend and each game. And I think, we have a great example of it from last weekend down in Tallahassee that we can now look back on and learn. But at the same time, we've talked about that was its own separate moment, and this weekend is a new moment. And we can look back, we can learn, but we need to refocus and be where our feet are in this moment. But it is. We like to be the underdogs. We like when people are counting us out. So I think, being in that elimination game, everybody's, going to continue to do that. And that's what we like. That's where we're comfortable, when we can just focus on each other and not the pressures of all the extra stuff on the outside.
All right, Marvin. You go.
Well, I believe it was the move from Kinley Hawk to Aspen Wesley in the second. Just curious why that decision there.
Yeah, that was the plan. Really, at the start of the 7th, we were going to see how much Annie had left when she walked the 8-hole. We knew Kenley was the best matchup for the slapper, so we brought it in for those two. She did a great job. Got a bunt and a ground ball. That I think we should have been called an error on page there, but Kenley did her job, got 2 balls on the ground for us. And then the next one, we knew that Aspen was going to be the better matchup for the righty. And she did her job. She got a fly ball just a little bit too deep for us to have a chance to throw her out. And I think, Aspen knows that she probably wasn't showing her best stuff today. And, she can go out there and compete, and we have full confidence in her, and I'm sure you'll see her out there at some point tomorrow as well.
Danny P.
Danny Smith, Strawford Daily News, since I didn't say it before. But, Coach, just talk about, even in this today's game, you talk about pitch by pitch and inning by inning and all that. You go, the tying home run from them, and then Marty comes right back and hits one to you. Is that a good example of just keep grinding and then just going to the next at bat?
Yeah, I think, we knew that we'd have some nerves being in this situation and kind of felt that early on. But really, I thought overall, particularly the upperclassmen, did a great job of just staying within and staying with our focus and what got us here. And I think it was just kind of a big sigh of relief first, when we got that first hit with Shay and then the run with Mia. And then from there, it was, okay, let's just buy in and do what we do best. And, then we stopped swinging for the fence, and that's when the ball does go out. But I think, just getting back to being us and finding ways to have team at-bats, not trying to put too much pressure on ourselves in the moment in the box. But, we do a lot focus on execution and on having a quality at-bat, and that doesn't always mean it's a hit on the board. So I thought our focus got better towards the end of the game and just kind of ran out of innings in that approach.